Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to yet another edition of Three Live Canes. As always, I am Chris, says so in the box right there. That box says Bill. Bill's in the larger box above it. That box under that's Steve-O. Here to talk to you guys about another week of Miami Hurricanes football. After being honestly kind of blessed with the opportunity to talk about actual football for a much longer period of time than we've had in forever. The entire time we did the show. Now we're finally officially in off-season modes. We had last week was our mental health day. Grinded into the late postseason. But now we're back and looking ahead to next year, the 2026 season, when obviously Miami looks to get back to where we were. Before we talk about all that kind of stuff, comings and goings, and what might be in store down the line, Bill, how are we feeling tonight?
Big chilling. We're in the feels like the heart of the first stage of the off season, right? Those 2 months or so right before spring football. So and then you got summer, and then camp. So it's a long way to go, but
it's right around the corner, Bill.
See, it'll fly by like it did last year. Although, this is probably going to be the most anticipated season in quite a long time. So it may drag a little bit, but we'll figure it out. We'll get through it.
Yeah, we'll find some stuff. We've been doing the same thing for like 7 years now. So how can we not? Steve-O, how are we doing tonight?
I'm chilling. Off season time. It used to be our time before we started playing well. Big vibing. Miami's name is popping on recruits. Just got back from Battle Vegas, so we had a good tournament. Didn't win it all, so we got screwed a little bit. But it is what it is. So I'm big vibing. Proud of my kids. Proud of how they performed. Love how they love Miami.
Not a hard team to love right now with how Miami's doing. In the past, we could talk about being a little bit more tough to love the Canes, but right now, not a hard team to love at all.
Yeah, I had a Cali kid. It was my first time meeting him. Telling me he loves Miami. I looked at that boy like, 6'1" corner. Oh, okay. All right. Hey, we love you too, brother. We love you too, brother.
We can work with that. State of Miami continues to grow. We'll take that for sure. Talk about what's been going on the past couple of weeks since the season ended. Obviously, you guys probably know a little bit about a coach leaving, and then we'll talk about the opportunity to bring some guys in, and then see if Cane fans that have you given end of season position grades. I haven't done anything specific like that. We could toss that around a little bit if you guys have some ideas or things you'd want to hear from us. Definitely get in there and talk a little bit. Maybe like last year to next year kind of thing. A little bit of a review, a little bit of a preview, but we'll throw some stuff around. Have a good time here on a Wednesday night talking Miami Hurricanes football. So thank you guys for joining us here for Three Live Canes.
This is for the national championship for Nebraska.
He's a stud, that Brown, number 98.
Irvin's got it. Irvin sprayed.
Slips to the outside, tries to stiff arm, but he couldn't get by Ray Lewis.
Big time players. Step up in big game.
Hard dog. Don't ask me for more. Hell no. Husker up to the races. That's what they needed.
That's Ricks going up for Thorpe, and it's intercepted near midfield. Sean Taylor's got another one.
Who else?
Who else but Sean? Who else but us here on a Wednesday night to talk about Miami Hurricanes football? CF Cane fan just said a lot of Canes going to the combine. I didn't get a chance to go through it in great depth so far.
We have 10.
10. We got Beck, Daniels, Markel Bell, Coop,
Maui Noah,
Bain, Mesidor,
Jacoby Thomas,
Keontae Scott,
Jacoby Thomas, Wes.
We're missing one more.
Brockermeyer.
No, he got snubbed. I seen he was on one of those. There's a couple lists that were talking about notable people not getting invited. And I seen Brockermeyer on there a couple times.
Wes.
Daniels,
Did we say Wes?
Bell, Cooper, Maui Noah. It's 5. Bain, Mezzi, Wes, Keontae, Jacoby.
Yeah, there you go. That's 10. We're missing somebody.
2, 5,
So,
6.
Math is hard.
8, 9, 10. We got 10. All right. Yeah, 2 safeties, linebacker, 2 D linemen, 3 linemen, receiver, quarterback. All right, yeah, we're good. We're good. No Keelan Marion, no Brockermeyer. Receiver is a million receivers this year. So Marion was always going to be in a tough spot there. But luckily he's got Tate. And he threw ball this season. He's on the upswing, so he can't hurt.
He should probably run a fast time at the pro day.
Yeah. And you never know. Like a week and a half or so before the combine starts. A couple guys drop out. You never know what could happen. CJ did get invited. CJ will be there.
It was just big for him because he missed pretty much half the year. So it'll be big for him to get in front of them.
Yeah, and not getting invited to the major like Senior Bowl games, like Senior Bowl, Shrine Bowl, I thought was a little bit of a surprise. So, opportunity for him to shine. Like go one around with other guys. I think the practice setting would have really like lent itself well to CJ's skill set, but still he'll be right at the combine, get a chance to run a time and all that. But we'll talk more about the draft as in the coming, I don't know, 2 months, whatever. Coming 2 months before we get there too, because we got some time with before spring ball and all that kicks off. Certainly it's going to be a very fortuitous day or a series of days for the Canes as we roll into it. I can guarantee you that. But let's start with the only like actual news from Miami Hurricanes football program over the course of the past week or so, and that's a coach leaving, Bill.
Yeah, Matt Merritt heading to the Arizona Cardinals as their running back coach. So I guess congrats to him. That seems to be the goal of pretty much every college coach, positional coach, is to get to the league. So probably a lifelong dream for him fulfilled. He leaves behind an absolutely loaded running back room with 4 guys that would probably start on most programs across the country. So loss for us, but it's a symptom of kind of where this program is and how much it's grown, where the league and other big time schools want your guys, but specifically the NFL. So it's probably going to be a yearly conversation with guys heading off to bigger and better things.
Yeah, and especially when it comes to the modern day of college football, there was a lot of poaching of college programs in terms of like these new staffs. I mean, you also had 9 new NFL head coaches. I something like 9 or 10 new NFL head coaches. So there's only so many retread guys you can kind of keep scattering around. So with the way modern college football is, maybe guys looking for a way to get up to the league sooner than later. It certainly was an off season to do it. So Miami won't be the only team that's looking to replace a guy. But
I just saw that DeMarco Murray from Oklahoma is a person of interest for the Chiefs as well. So
yeah, it's going to be that way. They're going to be that way. Steve-O, your thoughts on losing Merritt? Exactly like what do you think his impact was on that room and how you replace a guy like that?
Well, I mean, he was a good recruiter, that's for sure. And he was credited for really managing having that staple of running backs and using them wisely. He was credited with putting Marty Brown in on that drive where obviously he became that hero in the Ohio State game. Well, not the hero, but you know what I mean. He kind of really did his thing to close that touchdown, key reception on the 4th down, 2 first down runs that were plus 10 yards with the fresh legs, it's hard to keep a kid in locked in. You don't get a touch. You barely get damn near didn't get any playing time outside of special team snaps. Yeah. And you're in the Cotton Bowl. That's crazy, to be honest with you. So credit him for that. The room is stacked. I think you could say, it's going to hurt us in recruiting or not. Whoever we hire, Coach Mario is going to make sure they're recruiting us. That's like a big checklist. But I'm not surprised because the calendar is terrible until the NCAA fixes this. You're just going to continue to see coaches leave to NFL, and the NFL is so boring, to be honest with you, and a lot of teams are trying to spice it up. So they're going to the college rank to try to get these guys. You see the Cliff Kingsburys. You see a lot of guys from college ranks. You see, obviously, Chip Kelly was kind of one that knocked that door down, had some success in Philly. So people are, going at it. Now Joe Brady's a head coach. So now I think just more organizations are just like, you know what? We just keep recycling the same fired coaches. Right. Oh, he's a great offensive coordinator. We're bringing him to be a head coach. He gets fired. Now he's the OC again. He gets fired. Or this guy was a DC. Then we made him a head coach. Now he gets fired, but let's hire him again. It's just like you rinse and repeat. It's the same guys just getting hired and fired, for decades in the NFL, just because, they're known. But I think that you'll see more and more college coaches just going because before it wasn't as lucrative for like a coach to just want to go to the NFL. You're in a good spot. Like you're in a Power Four university, you're getting good money. You had better holidays, you had better this, that, but now all that's gone with the transfer portal and the calendar and the recruiting and the early signing day and the this and that. Like now they're more willing to make that jump, and now that the NFL teams are more willing to grab, yeah, of course, like new blood. That's what it is now. I wouldn't want to coach the running backs. Coach Mario gonna throw me out as soon as I start saying bounce it outside. I'm getting cut.
But certainly, like you're saying, Steve-O, it's an opportunity for the NFL teams to bring new blood in, and like we've seen, it's an opportunity for them to do something a little bit different because it hasn't worked for a lot of these franchises for quite a long while. So maybe it is an opportunity for Arizona.
Yeah, who was that coach? Our running back coach from a while ago, Brown, right? He made
Thomas
the
Brown.
move. Yeah, Thomas Brown. Yeah, he's up. He made it up big time. He was even like an OC.
Yeah, he was at some point.
He was an OC with the Rams, wasn't he?
Yeah, Rams and then Panthers or something like that. But yeah, I mean, he was a well-respected college coach, and he made the jump, and then he jumped up NFL executive boards, coaching staff and stuff like that. So it's definitely more common, but it's been a destination for people.
Oh, yeah, he's the passing game coordinator and tight ends coach for the New England Patriots, your Super Bowl losers. Important to hammer that down. Bringing Coach Portis, CF Cane fan.
He's at let's say Delaware State, right?
Yeah, he's with Deshaun Jackson.
D-Jax, right? Yeah.
Who was like my favorite receiver growing up. So I'm happy he's balling. So he was down here at the club at Booby Trap on the River. Like imagine going on Instagram and seeing your head coach iced out, just throwing ones. That is crazy. I don't know what type of. I don't know, fam. Like that looks like a great recruiting tool, but also a great negative recruiting tool. But I just thought it was funny. I'm a Deshaun Jackson, fan. So I'm like, yeah, but like somebody mama might not like that.
Yeah. I mean, Deshaun Jackson, he's played in the league. It is a great profile. So, I mean, if you're bothered by that, then you probably didn't want to play for Coach Deshaun Jackson anyway, right?
Hilarious though, bro. Literally, there's one or two pictures on the gram right now that you're like, yo, hey fam, you gotta chill. You gotta chill. He was putting some ones in some places, and they got him on camera.
That'll happen.
I wouldn't be surprised if Edge. Shit, CP was probably there too. I mean, it's like a party.
Wearing a hat real low, so nobody knew it was Coach CP flown out there too. But yeah, I mean, obviously, Miami's going to be looking to add someone in that fits a good profile. I know there's some suggestions thrown out there in the chat. Lord Bakington saying Pata or Cooney as tight ends coach. What do y'all think?
I'm vibing. I think Coach Fields is back at tight ends coach. Spoiler. And I'm very happy with that. I feel like there was no reason for him not to be tight ends coach. He's underutilized just as in the recruiting department. I mean, let's just think about legit the 3 years Coach Field was the tight ends coach here. Just think about the production we got out of Mallory and Brevin and those guys, back-to-back pops, back-to-back hits on tight end, great development. Probably one of the best recruiters on the staff, regardless if he was position coach or not. I mean, I think that's a no-brainer. I mean, if you're bringing in somebody over Fields, I don't know. I don't feel it. And maybe that's a personal opinion because I love the guy. He's definitely a Miami guy. He's cool with a lot of Canes content, guys. He'll message us, things like that. He'll also step to you if he's talking out of line. So I respect Coach Fields. But just on an honest football thing, come on, bro. Let's be real, bro. Every single one of his tight ends has been, produced, has been a great receiving tight end. He can definitely help with the blocking, but so does Coach Mirabal. Coach Mirabal, all those tight ends get combo blocking from Coach Mirabal and Coach Mario themselves. So why not give Coach Field on the road, get some dogs who can catch the football for us? Because let's just be real, tight end is it's a down right now on the roster. So I think that could be the guy to fix it. I don't think we need to look elsewhere. I mean, would I be mad if it's Coach Pat or nah? Coach Pat is Coach Pat is lit. Everybody loves him. Besides, just his family connection, just what he built at University of Miami through just hard work and just, he's a Mario guy for sure. But I just don't feel like we should bring in anybody over Coach Fields.
Yeah, you have a talent deficiency as well as a numbers issue at tight end. So the only way you get out of that is to recruit your way out. So he, by all accounts, is probably the best man for the job. He also randomly DM'd us good morning one time and then never answered after I responded. That was like 2 years ago. I remember texting Chris. I was like, "Oh, Coach Field said good morning to us," and then just never answered. So probably was a mistake, but
He's probably trying to get to Steve-O and was like, "Oops."
These
These randos on the line.
you could just text Steve-O.
That's a good point.
Nah, he ain't got my number. I don't got his. But he'll DM me. My kid's in the portal, so I won't say it. But I called him a zero tech. He was like, "Hey, yo, fam, we're getting negative recruited right there because people are saying we're gonna put him at the 0, man. Just say he a 3." Next week I was out here on Wednesday. Yo, he's a 3 technique, baby. Y'all be surprised. People think our coaching staff is uptight or crazy. Bro, y'all do not understand how much negative recruiting matters. Because they be talking to these people's moms, bro. You get a mom on board. You understand how crazy that recruitment could get? Think about the whole Derek Cooper situation, man. That was his mom taking him to Texas. The kid wanted to be a Cane. You gotta understand how this negative recruitment goes. You could blame a staff member or be like, "Oh man, they this and that," but bro, that it doesn't matter if it's true or not, bro. You get a mama to believe it, and it's signed, sealed, delivered, bro. I promise you. So if they don't want a narrative online, bro, it's not because they got their panties in a bunch, bro. It's because it's it can legit affect the kid's decision.
Well, I mean, I know that there's been some stuff in the past where, not to get too far behind the scenes of it, but I remember talking about some guys, and it's hey, we can't talk about him, and not even imminent commitments kind of thing, but we can't talk about him at all because he might be a guy, and any reference, even if we made a reference to it, it might just start something, even on a relatively small platform, just because don't even let anybody have a conversation about it because you never know what could happen. And then we'll find out the next day someone else talked about it, and then it was
yeah. And then now we're in Discord saying, "Bro, what the hell is wrong with you? We told you to keep quiet." Remember when we used to have the secret visitors? That was more like a Manny thing.
Yeah.
But the secret visitors, remember when Jaheim Singletary came to the pool party? Oh my God. That was probably one of the craziest weeks of content creator history. The pool party invites, trying to see who those 2 secret visitors were, which was Jaheim Singletary and Barry Alexander. I think it was the 2 that ended up being it. But oh my God.
We actually pre-recorded a Jaheim Singletary commitment because we were told that he was committing, even though that was wrong info. I remember we had to we did one of the Canes Legacy shorts when we first started. So that's somewhere in the archives.
Yeah, it's in the YouTube somewhere.
Yeah, they said he was silent. He committed at the pool party. Yeah, then we went 6 and 7.
Do you remember when Barrett, when we were all talking about Tyreek Stevenson, then Barry Jackson put an article out about it, and everyone was take that article down. You get that, take it down. And he was I'm not taking it down.
He actually finally, I think he unblocked all those people years later because he unblocked us. But
he deserved to be blocked for that, though. I mean,
pre-portal, all that stuff.
Yeah,
he literally was just the University of Miami's tampering with a Georgia player. He literally wrote that.
I remember he said something Miami, I have reason to believe Miami is interested in this player, and we're man, don't say that. He says what? I don't see the problem, but it was no, obviously that's a problem. Nobody told you that. Nobody told you. So that was crazy.
Oh,
But
we're interested in a 5-star player from Miami.
yeah, like,
who's doing well in the NFL.
why would it be? But yeah, pre-portal days. Thinking back now to like pre-portal transfers when like it's a whole different animal. A whole different animal than what it is now. We're like, you can talk about whatever you want. Who cares?
Yeah, straight up. Keep it on the hush because Buffalo's crying that we just snatched KJ Osborne from them. Yeah, there was some dirt on that one. That's funny. Pre-portal days was crazy. It's still crazy now, but it's just crazy how like secretive it used to be. Now it's just like, yeah, we'll go and pay your quarterback a lot of money. Now he's a crane.
Yeah, he can go to court. Like, who cares? Whatever.
Yeah, go ahead. We'll host that Natty Trophy by the time we're done with injunctions.
Yeah,
he'll be in the NFL by the time he has to do a court appearance.
Yeah, we'll happily cut the check for you guys. But anyway, fighting a good fight on Instagram with all that kind of stuff is always, Twitter is always fun about it too. But anyway, so Merritt, obviously he's on his way out. Miami's looking to bring people in. Just thinking about the room, not to go full into what CF Keenfit did before, but I mean, if there was a room you're bringing in a new body, I mean, the running back room is a pretty good one for it to be. Like, I mean, I would say if you look at across the board for all the different positions for Miami going into next year, I mean, it has to be near the top, if not at the top of strongest position groups that Miami has going into 2026. So, you know, as the course of the summer goes on, we'll talk more about each group in depthly. And I know we talked like about the tight end group a little bit in there, and then we know for sure we can get more into that. But just what is this new guy walking into? Because is this Bill the strongest position group Miami has on the field right now?
Yeah. I don't know if by the end of the year, you know, the defensive line certainly has, you know, a ton of potential there. You know, the other room that came to mind was cornerbacks.
Yep.
But you have a legit, you know, star right now, right? Mark Fletcher, you know, what he did in the playoffs. You know, you have a young guy in, you know, Pringle who really flashed in the second half of the year.
I throw them shots at my boy Poff.
We'll get to the Pop comment. We'll get to the Pop.
He about to get my boy right at Akron.
Yeah, so you got Pringle, and then you know, even Marty Brown, who just kind of made key plays all year, and then you know another young guy in Lyle, you know, who was our starter at the beginning of the year, you know, battled some injuries and you know, just couldn't get it going. So I think it's right now the strongest and the deepest. So the new running back coach, you know, his problem coming in is how do I, you know, distribute the carries equally, figure out who's the right guy at the right time. But you know, that's a good problem to have.
For sure. Steve, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's probably the most known strength on the roster. Obviously, Fletcher's a stud. He's an NFL back. You know, Marty Brown showing that he's a stud in his first year at the FBS level. Yeah, because he was FCS Division I, but FBS level, Power 4 level, he balled. Every time he had an opportunity, he balled. Obviously, Jordan Lyle, I've seen him for a long time. He's a baller. If he's healthy, he's going to ball. Pringle showed some flashes as a freshman, which you love to see. So I think depth there is you know, Chris Wheatley-Humphrey's a good back. So you're probably 5 deep, honestly. And that's before you add in your freshman running back, Mallory, who's a stud, who everybody on the South Florida side knows what type of guy he is. I've seen him, unfortunately, been on the wrong side of some of those crazy 200, 300-yard games. And you're just like, bro, what do we do? There's nothing you can do. But yeah, I would say that I would have said corner. Obviously, losing Keontae Scott, you know, hurts because we were probably the best 5 cornerback group in the nation last year. Yeah. 4 deep, Keontae at the nickel. But I'm still cool with that cornerback room being potentially up there. I just named 4 running backs that are studs, but I mean, we have 4 corners that are studs: Damari, Ethan O'Connor. You know, OJ and Lucas. As long as OJ is healthy, he's probably the best corner in the ACC. So, you know, he showed that when it came to big time competition, you know, versus Jeremiah Smith. That's been a matchup that, you know, he was a teammate of Jeremiah growing up and for the Ravens. So probably didn't have to see it that much. And then Deerfield Beach didn't really play. But they did get that one matchup when OJ went to St. Thomas. So Definitely a Sundays matchup for sure. So I wouldn't mind if somebody said corner, a sneaky position group that you could say that would be the D line, but you're betting on a lot of potential.
Right. Which, there's a couple different groups, a couple different positions probably around the D line. You talk about your endless 5 stars, your big time transfer, Damon Wilson. Like, you got your D tackles that,
Yeah, Moten.
I mean, we could be the best starting defensive tackle pair in the country. I know Oregon brought all their guys back, but I think our pair can match up with Alexander and Amari Washington. But the national media is going to take their guys, but I mean, I'd be very happy taking our guys in that conversation.
Yeah,
So,
do you not see what Moten did to them boys with one leg?
yeah.
Bro, no, I don't want to hear none of that. The national media can say what they want. They also said, national media is going to say everything. They also said that LSU was the top team in the country, and that Penn State was one of the best teams in the country.
DJ Lagway, best quarterback.
Yeah, bro. Like, come on, forget the national media. And boys they got to get off whatever they on.
Well, I think at the positive side of thing, I think they're going to be on a lot of good stuff about Miami going into next year. Other position groups that have the potential to hit that level, groups that you're excited about, even if maybe the talk isn't quite as strong over there. I mean, just right off the top of my head, the wide receiver group going into next year, when we're talking about maybe guys that Miami fans don't know, because we do have 3 transfers going along with Mally. But I mean, you have other guys that are ready to step up. You never know what Moore and some of these other guys are going to be able to do once they get more opportunities, and very well could be stepping into some. So I think the receiver group is the one where I'm most excited to see how it all kind of shakes out. And maybe I remember last year, Steve, we keep making you try to say what was the better receiver group, last year's or the year before.
And I was right.
And you were adamant that it was the 2 years ago.
And I was right.
Everyone disagreed with you, but
and I was
Steve-O
right.
Can't replace Jacoby George. Cannot replace the man. But now going into next year, Steve-O, I'll ask you a similar question. Do you think this receiver group in 2026 could be better than the 2024 group at some point this year?
It's going to be difficult because PJ missed some time. He missed 6 games, honestly. So that's the tough part. If CJ there was probably not a receiver in the country making more highlight plays than him. I mean, the Notre Dame catch, yeah, the USF catch around the buddy, the crazy fade one hand, versus Bethune. I mean, there probably wasn't a receiver in the country that had more like wow plays than CJ, and they were coming like every single week. Yeah. And as soon as he got back from being healthy, from being hurt, he makes a wow play 1-on-1 down the sideline, Pittsburgh. So it's just like he probably would have been doing that all year, to be honest with you. As long as he was healthy, Beck, if that was his 1-on-1 matchup, he was throwing that thing to the outside. So it's going to be a little harder because you have to account for probably our second best, if not our best receiver at least to that point the season when he went down. And that's really when Mally exploded, and then Keelan stepped up. But I don't know, bro. Like, I think we'll be deeper. I think that the rotation will be a little bit more. I think I like the 3 transfers we brought in. None are going to be like a Rambo type transfer where he was just that guy because obviously Mally's that guy, but I see Vaughn as an explosive, possession upside. So when I say possession and explosive, it could confuse people, but he does a lot of things well. And he's big, he's strong, and he's fast, so he could do things after the catch. Jacobs is a speedster. He should be taking the top off. Really should be taking the top off. We have a quarterback who throws a tremendous deep ball. I think he's going to, no matter how limited his touches might be in a game, if he catches 2-3 catches, like one of them might go for 70. Like, that's just the type of guy he is. So then you bring in, how the hell am I missing one? Jacobs, Vaughn, and my boy Coop. Yeah. Explosive, very sudden, especially at the top of his routes.
Surprisingly sudden, some would say.
Nah, it ain't surprising. Those people got to get with the times, baby. We got corners now. But anyways, Yeah, I would think on paper, just off production, you would say this is a deeper room. And also because I really believe in that freshman class from last year. I was a Josh Moore guy. I've been a Upshaw guy since day one. A lot of people didn't want him in the class. And I had to keep telling people, I'm like, yo, hey, KB likes receivers who make plays after the catch. Like that's why when all these recruiting sites were saying, Malley's a 3-star. He's a 3-star. We still treated him like he was the number one priority in the class because that's what KB likes. He likes receivers who can make plays after the catch. And if you looked at Malley's freshman year, it shows. You seen Jaden Up? You saw? No, I said Jaden Upshaw. That's somebody else that we're after hard. But Dalen Upshaw, excuse me. He's very explosive in and out of his breaks, in and out of his catch. Kind of fits that outside role that KB likes. He's not really oh my God, I need that 6'5" guy. He doesn't mind the 5'11", smooth guys on the outside, the Jacoby George types. So I love our room. I think it's going to be deep. Will it be better than last year? Yeah, maybe. I would assume so, to be honest with you. I think we just have more depth. To be real with you. So on paper, yeah, but would I take it over 2022? 2024, I don't know. I got to see something before I take it over that group, man. That 4 wide of Horton, Jacoby, X, and Arroyo. That thing was just dangerous, bro.
The Arroyo, like Elijah component in there. And congrats, like we said before, congrats to Elijah, for winning the chip with the Seahawks the other day. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. I'll get to you 1 second, Bill. CF Kane fan said, will Johnson be healthy this year? Talking about Tony Johnson, I think it's over. He's gone, right?
Nah, he's back. He got a medical.
He got a medical? Okay. So another body with some experience to throw into the group. So
I don't know if that's confirmed or not, but I've seen it a couple places. I should ask before I say that, but I would think so.
Honestly, I really don't understand what they're doing with like the medical red shirt. The dude just got his 9th year, but at the same time, I've seen people get denied. So
yeah, like Chambliss, and the people are like, "Oh my God, he got snubbed. Didn't get invited to the NFL Combine because he's suing the NCAA to stay in college. Why would you invite that guy to the Combine?"
We'll wait. You can wait on that for a little bit. Yeah.
Oh yes, Chambliss got snubbed, bro. He's literally trying to take college to court. Like, what are you talking about? He does not want to go to the NFL. If I was an NFL executive, I'd be like, yeah, like why would I want to draft this guy who does not want to go to the NFL?
Honestly, kind of weird with this year, with next year being like way deeper at quarterback. But
bro, next year's going to be crazy at quarterback. You would have been. You're a draft pick this year. Like you're literally a draft pick this year. You went from D2 to a draft pick, and you're fighting. I mean, that money at Ole Miss must be long. It must be long, bro.
It's like even being like a 2nd round pick in the league, like that's it. You guarantee yourself out a couple of years. Like it's got to be. I mean, it's got to be north of
even
6.
When your first team cuts you, the second team won't just take a flyer on you just because.
Yeah, and
like
a dude
capital used on you.
And a dude like Chambliss is the kind of guy that is like Tyrod, like lingering for 17 seasons in the NFL as a backup for a lot of time,
bro,
like as a downside.
That's the best job in the world, being a backup quarterback, bro. Come in, just say F it, like a Josh Johnson, 40 years old, still just jumping in there.
Yeah, and like guarantee yourself like minimum $1 million like every year.
Bro,
just
the vet
get locked in,
now,
guaranteed $1 million for like.
Bro, the vet minimum now is crazy. These backups are getting 5.
Yeah.
With the salary cap, yeah, bro, these backups getting 5, 7. Bro, we gave Zach Wilson $6 million, 6.5. Yeah, exactly.
Not a bad life. Not a bad life.
Not a bad life at all.
So I'm trying to do his thing, but I mean it's dicey. That'll be dicey going back. Why even bother with it? Sergio asked a question. He says, "Do you guys think we will have 2,000-yard receivers next season?"
Yeah, I'm not even hesitating here. I don't know who the second one's going to be. We all know who the first one is, but I don't know who the second one's going to be. It could be
Coop, right?
Yeah, I mean, it could be Coop. What if this man Jacob catches one bomb a game for 80 yards? Like he might hit it. I do tend to think it'll be Cooper, obviously, because him and Malley both put up 1,000 yard seasons last year. And we're probably going to throw a little bit more this year, even with our extremely balanced run game. I just think, we'll have a little bit more deeper route concepts because, again, Mensa is a very, 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 very good deep ball thrower, and we'll just let defenses, hey, you want to stop this run? We got 4 running backs because we're definitely going to be running the ball.
Yeah.
So you want to step up? We'll take more vertical shots instead of, these in breaking routes, 10 to 15. Like Beck was an elite, immediate, like a intermediate window guy. Right, he threw a lot of. That's where he was really at his most comfortable, throwing those in breaking dig routes, those long crossers. He short to intermediate. Beck was on point. His deep ball wasn't his strongest set. I just think the injury, he just, I don't know, but it just wasn't his strongest suit.
I mean, I think regular season, first 12 games, probably not to have 2 1,000-yard guys. It's just a lot of mouths to feed between the receivers and the running backs. Maybe if we play with a little more pace than we have, which I don't foresee that happening. But again, I think it might, stylistically, it's probably going to look a lot more 2024, just because, Mensa is more Cam Ward than he is Beck with, like Hugo was saying, the downfield, the explosive passing plays. So I think it's going to be a lot more fun watching this offense, next year than it was, last year, as fun as it was at times.
Is the biggest difference looking at the Mensa versus Beck comparison, like the biggest difference to the positive, is it the deep ball? Because I mean, we all had our issues with Beck's deep ball last year at different times. Like, is there going to be a more obvious positive change from last year to this year than the opportunity to go deep, Steve-O?
I think it's just more in his nature to throw that ball deep. When you throw such a accurate outside shoulder ball, you're kind of like in your head as a quarterback. Like I was telling my quarterback, like we take defenders out of the play when we throw perfect balls and when we throw balls to the right spot. So that's just literally pitch and catch with your receiver. If you're throwing it over here, there's no way the defender's going to defend that. So I think he has that confidence instilled in him, and he's going to throw that deep ball, often because he has that confidence in it. And not to say it, but there's like 5 throws that Mensa makes on that are the same throw Beck underthrew in the national championship game that got intercepted. And I could just see Mensa throwing that ball in a Hurricanes uniform and Keelan Marion just running right underneath it and it being right to his outside shoulder and everybody's celebrating right now. Like, oh my God, we got our 6th national championship. And because that was not a far throw, bro. It was 44 yards. It was mental to hit that, to be real with you. Probably pre-shoulder Beck would have probably hit that too, to be honest with you. But yeah, I think we'll see some more explosion. There's some time, especially on all 22, where Malley probably should have had a big deep touchdown versus Ohio State on a slot fade. I mean, oh my God, Carson Beck saved that secondary because Caleb Downs, yeah, bro. No. You got rocker step, my boy, and you let Malley eat up that cushion, get on top of you, bro. You made him fumble twice. You're lucky you didn't get bombed.
Some good questions popping up. Ian Coleman just asked, do you think Coleman can be QB2 since his skill set matches up with Mensa?
Everybody's asking about some Mensa. I can pull up a little all 22. I got his stuff coming out soon, but I've been traveling so much doing this damn, coaching. That's why I haven't released it, but I got to just record it. Let me see if I can pull up some Mensa stuff.
I think just kind of knowing how, our coaches operate, I don't think a true freshman would be the first one off the bench if, something were to happen to Mensa. They'd probably rely on, the guys that have been here. So looking forward to, 2027, who knows what that's going to look like, but
I think we know what it looks like.
Yeah, you'll have a third year nickel, a second year Coleman, probably a transfer, hopefully, big time freshman coming in too. So, but I think first off the bench would probably be a guy like Nickel or Judd.
Juddy, that's my boy. His dad, he probably has one of the nicest families ever. I met his dad at the at the UF game. He came up to me and was like, "Yo, I love your videos." Obviously, I did a breakdown of his son.
Trying to watch the show.
Yeah, he did say he watches. What's it called?
Did he watch the show, Steve, or watches your videos?
He said the videos, but he also said CanesInSight though. So I mean, he could have meant any show on CanesInSight.
Fair point.
You feel me? So this is a good one. I'll share this one. It ain't tipping my hand too much. And especially, I don't even know I have 2 weeks until our next tournament, so I'll probably put this out within the next 2 weeks, as long as my girl doesn't want to leave me for using my time away from football to talk and do more football. Can y'all see?
That probably won't happen, Steve-O. I think you gotta take a risk.
Yeah, I gotta take those risks. Motion out here. Look at this ball. This is a 1-on-1 throw on the wheel route. I like these ball being thrown earlier, so you could get to that back pylon. However, it's such an accurate back shoulder throw that I'm not even tripping. That's an indefensible pass.
Yeah.
You could have thrown it further and he could have ran underneath it and it would have been an indefensible pass, or you could have just put it back shoulder on that front pylon and it's an indefensible pass. With some pressure in his face, you see that ball location? Yep. Away from the defender, literally, that's just textbook. I mean, he's just an excellent deep ball thrower. You see this all over his tape. He's really talented with the deep ball.
That's also it's not exactly the same route or anything like that, but location-wise, that's kind of what we're talking about. The last throw that Beck threw, put it out in that spot over there. There's nobody out there. Glory for the Canes. Said not so much.
Just got a 70-yard touchdown. Yeah. They said, let's not cover this white boy. Yeah, he should. I'm just looking at Clemson right now. He ball. Oh my God, his Georgia Tech all 22. Wait till I get to that, bro. Oh my God, he was on demon time versus Georgia Tech, and I love that because Georgia Tech has been a thorn in our side for a while. But man, he was going ape-ish versus Georgia Tech. So I love to see that on film. I can't wait to see that in person. If there's one team in the ACC that I kind of want to get back at is definitely Georgia Tech.
I mean, that's historically been the team that caused us way more issues than it never needed to. Whether it was killing us with their option or like, what was it? We needed Langham to beat them in
2021. 2018. No, that was 2017.
2017. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Why is it showing that one?
What are we doing?
Why is it sharing that? Sharing that I'm watching our broadcast. Yeah, of course.
Pump them views up, Steve. We got to pump those views.
You feel me? Right across face, just so accurate on these. This is a bang post. Great job by the receiver, who I kind of wanted low key out the portal, but I'll take Cooper. Boom, right on the post route. Just such an accurate ball. So you'll see how better of a pass it is once they flip the angle. He's sitting on the left hash. Look at the zip and line on this ball. Like it's going exactly where it needs to go.
He didn't even really set all the way either.
No, that's just effortlessly.
Yep.
Laser. That is what we call a laser.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good, Steve-O.
What happened?
It's pretty good. I'll take it.
Yeah, bro, when I seen some of these passes, I'm just like, damn, bro, he just effortless. Not to say Beck didn't have arm talent, because he definitely had arm talent, but this is just a different level of ease when it comes to performance. I mean, man, some of these passes, I'm just like, damn, bro, he just flicks that. He has some of that like Cam Ward after after taking out entertainment, playability with him. Like right here. Oh, look at Cooper. Oh, dead leg. Yeah. But yeah, Mensa, he's a great deep ball thrower. There's one more deep ball I'm looking for in this Clemson game. Thankfully, the way this tape is broken down, it's all Duke offense.
Is there anything I don't know if you think back to what Miami did with Cam, that you're like, we used to do this when Cam was here. Like Shannon Dawson used to like to do this with Cam, and he got away from it last year. Besides, like something like simple as like get it deep, right? Anything else that he used to do with Cam that you're like, what, he could really bring that back with Mensa?
Yeah, I mean, making plays, breaking containment. That's just the play after the play. That's called receivers, quarterback drill, sideline drill. Working back. That's going to be something that's in his game because he's going to extend plays and throw it downfield. Carson Beck did extend some plays, and he also took off running. He added that element to his game, but nowhere near as much as Beck as Cam Ward or Mensa. Let's just check this throughout here to this slot. Oh my God. Yeah. So I'll walk you through it. So you see they're this is too high look, but it's really shooting down, one safety shooting down, trying to go ahead and disguise this. So once this safety, his back's to it, you have this guy carrying up the seam. Look when he releases this ball. Oh my God. That's beautiful, bro. That is so beautiful. I would love a quarterback like this. Just look at this. Look at it from this angle, bro. It's so effortlessly. Like he's an that was the deep ball I'm looking for. I think that was his only other one. But for that Clemson game, actually. But actually, no, he actually scored one more. I actually got it for the one that made it 35. But yo, did y'all see that? That's crazy, bro. Like just effortlessly launched that thing 55 yards in the air on a dime.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm so hot. If I'm that DV, I just see that thing just dropping. Oh, I'm hot. I'm hot.
I mean, it's good to have him on the good guy's side for sure.
Yeah, right. Imagine.
Guess why Duke got so mad. I guess that's why.
Yeah, definitely why. He's the best quarterback in the conference by far.
All those Duke lawyers on Twitter disappeared real quick, by the way.
Yeah. Lot of deleted tweets in our mentions over the past couple of weeks.
They should be happy, man. They should be happy. He got them a damn ACC championship, bro. They should be happy.
Yeah, it's way better than they could have expected.
Yeah, yeah, bro. That's worth $4. Oh my God, look at that dagger. But yeah, no, that's worth the $4 million you paid him. He won the damn conference for you. That's worth the $4 million.
All right, so before we get out of here, some things that popped up I saved. I want to make sure we hit on before we're done. This was just funny. I posted it before, but I'm like Chris, you came a long way. Remember that podcast? We're trying to convince ourselves Poff was good because he could dunk. Steve-O is still very much a believer. There will be no negative Poff on here. Steve-O, like he loads up that dynasty in NCAA. And he's like just begging Poff to hit the portal and jump back over to Miami, get him as a backup. But yeah, we had some interesting times over the past couple of years.
That's my guy, bro. Pop, that's my guy. I mean, bro, let's be real. If he would have been getting like first team snaps, he would have been fine. Cam Ward just came from the NFL, back from the NFL, and just took everything. And then
he was ready to roll. He was ready to go.
Yeah, and who knew when he transferred to University of North Texas that a guy who hasn't started a game at quarterback since he was like 15 was going to be the best player in the world? like who knew that?
Honestly,
that was terrible luck, bro.
You kind of want to bring Pop in. Maybe Pop is like having him as your backup just allows you to play with such confidence in your game. I mean, Pop turned Cam Ward into number 1 pick. Pop turned Mestamaker into an instant legend.
Yeah, bro, that competition be hard, bro. I'm telling you, you want to beat out Pop, man. You gotta be an extraordinary quarterback. He's at Akron now with a very close, damn near like my little brother. That's my little brother's best friend, Marcel Williams. Who's, oh my God, getting some lucrative offers to jump in the portal. Stayed true. Got taken care of, though. Got taken care of, you know what I'm saying? Got to take care of my dog. But, he asked me a little, he asked me about Poff, man. I had to let him know. You going to be all right, brother. You going to be all right, brother.
Incoming 2,000-yard receiving team.
Bro, some of his North Texas, like, tape was insane. I'm like, damn, like, like, yo, you got beat out. That's crazy. Then you see this. You got beat out by him. Yeah, they was rolling at North Texas, bro.
Puff could have been a rich man's Tate Martell.
Now it'll just be.
I would take Poff over Tate Martell. We saw what Tate Martell looked like in a Miami uniform, bro. Do not tell me you would not take Poff over Martell.
So that's why I said rich man's.
Yeah, like hit the lotto, like that play, the longest 1 yard run in like Miami history, bro.
Yeah.
oh my god, bro. And I was all for Tate Martell. I seen him live one time at Bishop Gorman. I was like, yo, this white boy got the ball.
Not so much ultimately, but crazy ride. This also popped up. Ian Coleman's waiting to ask Steve-O the lack of athletic tight ends. I think we'd use big receivers in that spot. Paris, Moore, Wingo. Guys that could be like, I mean, not technically as a tight end, I don't think he's saying, but more of that like
maybe like a big slot.
Yeah, type of deal.
Yeah, I mean, I would see more Wingo in that role, just because he could probably have, I don't want to say like this, but he probably has more potential for a fuller route tree than Joshua Moore. He could definitely be that big slot. However, I mean, man, he already showed us he could be a guy on the outside. He has excellent hands. You guys seen him go back and catch a terrible pass from Carson Beck. That was like 4 yards behind him, but he has super long arms. He's able to snatch them. So I could see him, both of those guys, playing it. I don't know about Paris. He's going to have to put on some weight, if you want to play a little bit of that. But if you're just speaking strictly just as slot, then, the weight wouldn't be as much as a concern. But, yeah, I could see it. But, I mean, the one thing we do have is slot-type bodies. I just don't really think that we need to throw some of our big receivers in there because, obviously, Mally's a lock. You could – let's say, Jacobs and, Vaughn and Cooper, they lock up the outside. I mean, Dalen Upshaw, is more than capable of playing slot. He's that type. So, we have Spafford coming in. Yeah, I just don't think we have to throw a big body receiver in there. We have plenty of slot types. We just need to start running 4 wide and stop just wasting our time with a tight end out there, to be real with you.
Very fair. Bill, thoughts on putting one of these guys out there and getting like more size out there, or even just going 4 wide, like Steve was saying? Yeah,
I was on the 4 wide bandwagon for most of last year as well. You have the athletes, right? If you need a guy to kind of block for those wide receiver screens, you got bigger bodies, but I think on especially obvious passing downs. If you're going to have, 4 guys out there running routes, you might as well have, 4 explosive dudes, to give your quarterback some options. You kind of felt limited at times last year with, having, certain tight ends running, routes 20 yards downfield. That just wasn't a threat to anybody.
If we didn't get Mensa, we were probably going 4 wide with Mally at quarterback. Zone read and the whole playbook passing wise would have been open to us.
I'm pretty sure that I said at one point, hey, what's the chance that Mally plays is like the best quarterback on the team after Beck leaves, or right now after Beck? Pretty sure I threw that idea out there, and you guys were like, no, but I don't know. It was right there. It was almost Mally time. Mally cat forever. He could do it though. I have faith. See if Cam is not going back to number 1. We don't know about that. We'll probably know come spring, right? Or he'll make some crazy social media post if he does change it. Sam Martell like dark helmet out there. Great reference. And the last one I wanted that was from way, way long ago from Lord Bakington, waiting 45 minutes for this question. Can Keontae Scott be a first-round pick? We will talk about the draft stuff extensively, but it's my guy Keontae Scott. So I just wanted to come out here just to be like, yes. Like to me, he's one of those guys that when you're in the playoffs, like one of those playoff teams, and we need a guy specifically at this position. We need a dude, and we can't find him in free agency because the value's not right, whatever. But we need a piece on defense for a team floating in that late 20s range where you're like, oh, this dude does this job so well. That's the guy we need. I feel like it's doable. I feel like it's doable. Not as your corner. Like I'm not comparing him to the corners. I'm not comparing him to the safeties. I'm saying this defense, hey, we need this guy for our team.
It has to be a very specific organization, like the Ravens. Like that's like a Ravens type of pick.
Yeah, I agree. The Ravens was like the first thing I would think of.
Like people who just like literally think about the needs on their defense. That those type of teams, but I don't know. It's hard just because the value of that fifth year. They usually tend to put those on other positions because you get that fifth year option. But I mean, ability wise, I mean he's definitely the best nickel in the draft. Does that push him to the first round? I think he's a day 2 pick, personally. But I mean, I wouldn't be mad if somebody picked him up in the first round. I don't know, bro. They don't. It's not like slot corner is undervalued in the NFL because obviously it's boosted its value up tremendously over like the last 10 years. Most people's base defenses are 4-2-5s or very similar to it. But I don't know if they're spending first round picks on them yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a shot, like Chris was saying. One random team's like, yeah, we just need a nickel, and we think our defense could be, next level. You take that chance as a playoff team. But it sounds like looks like we're probably gonna have 3 first rounders, and then if Scott can sneak in there, that's 4. That kind of puts us right back to where we need to be to show all these recruits and portal guys like, this is the place to come to if you want to make it to the next level. Just like we've historically been when we've been dominant.
For sure, and I mean, have the amount of day 1 to 2 picks we're gonna have this year is gonna be, I think, a pretty impressive list. And the guys that are going to be there are going to be NFL contributors. Like we're not putting like weak guys into the league where they're going to wash out. I think every one of our top guys in this draft is going to end up being a legit player. Like the only thing that might keep Mesidor out of the first round is his age, but he's going to play. He's going to play well for a team at some point that drafts him on day 1 or early day 2. Bornock said, can he play left tackle for the Patriots? Better than Campbell was the other night. Better than Campbell was. Let's see some other comments that came up. Oh yeah, love Scott, legit dog. Is this me? Did the Seahawks defense remind you of Miami? I mean, blitzing the nickel, blitzing like Witherspoon. He turned out he had a crazy day. Getting after it with the front 4, not needing to blitz anybody else. Just like, and then when you did blitz, it was almost every time you blitz that DB, it was absolute 100% effective. Blitz a lot from the slot. The Bears did as well, for sure. But we'll see what happens. Talk a little more about that as we get along. But before our last and final thought here, before we do the final thoughts with the people, I know as football guys, you all watched the Super Bowl. Like, what were your immediate thoughts? Besides absolute joy, absolute stunning joy. Like, what were your absolute thoughts from watching that game? But Bill, I'll go to you first.
Yeah, I mean, it's just another reminder what a dominant, defensive line, can do to a team. And, you can, draw some parallels between, Miami's running their playoffs, with kind of the Seahawks as well. But, if you're going to, invest, whether it's, draft capital or salary cap or NIL or, rev share, you do it in the trenches. That's where you're going to win. And if you, continue to do that on a high level, you will eventually break through, and have trophies to show for it.
100%. Steve-O?
Yeah, I was watching. I missed the first quarter or so. I was leaving the football field. I was there in Vegas, got there, was watching it. Everybody, surprisingly, was filled with Seahawks fans. Vegas is kind of dead nowadays, to be honest with you. It's been dying for years now. But it was filled with some Seahawks fans, and they were going crazy. And I was just like, yeah, because obviously I don't like the Patriots, so I was just watching. I was enjoying it. The game was pretty boring, to be honest with you. If there wasn't, because I don't gamble really. There just really wasn't nothing drawing me to anything. So I was just sitting there watching the game. I'm just like, all right.
You were at hate watching, Steve-O?
Nah, I don't hate watch. I don't have enough energy for hate watching. I could care less.
That brings me one of my few joys in this world, Steve.
Yeah, and then it was just nice, mistake after mistake, watching Drake May, looked like the guy we saw at UNC. But it was whatever. I saw that touchdown get called back from Kenneth Walker. Like that dude threw threw the flag before the snap. Like he just premeditated that holding call. Like I was like, whoa, like that was crazy because my boy had an anytime touchdown. So you should have heard our group chat. It was popping, 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 bro. It was crazy because it also negated the over. Yeah, so it was crazy. A lot of people in Vegas were going crazy about that touchdown. Like people that were, there's this guy sitting on the bar. I was at the bar drinking straight water. I knew dude was pissed because he wasn't gonna get a real good. He thought he wasn't gonna get a real good tip. I still broke him off, but I mean, like lips was chapped and stuff. I'm just drinking straight water. Dude was like, "You gonna order any drinks?" And I'm looking at him. He's like looking offended. I'm like, "Bro, I don't drink alcohol, bro. I'm watching the game." Like, and he was mad, bro. But it was this guy. He was with his wife. And he was pissed, man, because the whole night he was like, I need that 46 and a half. I need that 46 and a half, bro. And yo, when they called that tutty back, bro, his wife, I don't know, man. I hope they made it home safe, bro, because he was not happy, bro. He was not. There's some stuff I can't say on air.
Oh man, hilarious, absolutely hilarious. And I could say as a lifelong Jets fan who's been through a lot and seeing this team be miserable over the years, like the week and a half, like the 10, 11 days, whatever it was, where Belichick didn't make the Hall of Fame, Bob Kraft didn't make the Hall of Fame, Drake May didn't win MVP, and the Patriots lose the Super Bowl. I mean, that was about as enjoyable the week of football as I've ever experienced as a Jets fan.
He probably made some massage parlor MVP.
Oh, for sure. Oh, absolutely. Belichick's girlfriend wearing the name of the massage parlor like on a T-shirt at a North Carolina basketball game.
Yeah, that's
like
crazy.
Love that. Love how stupid that is and how embarrassing that is for that stupid organization that I hate.
No, I actually loved it. I thought that was funny as hell. To be honest, if you're gonna troll, do it right.
Good troll.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one.
Sergio Sanchez, the real estate. Sorry, Chris. I hope the Jets don't get Bain or CC. They deserve better. Well, that's too bad because we're getting Bain.
Not gonna lie, bro. Like defensive linemen that get drafted high by the Jets, they do well. They get traded, and
we eventually trade them. We eventually trade them, yes.
Yeah, but they do well, bro. I wouldn't mind a Quinnen Williams type career for Bain.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine there. Jermaine's been fine. McDonald will be all right. Like he'll be fine. We'll take the next coach will take care of him after Glenn gets fired. So we'll be all right. But anyway, that'll do it for us here to Wednesday night. Thank you guys for watching the show. We appreciate you. Before we get out of here, Bill, final thoughts for the people.
Yeah, talking NFL draft. Jags do not have a first-round pick, but maybe they can just mortgage like 7 first-round picks in the future and go up and get Bain or CC or somebody.
That part-time corner. He's that part-time corner, Bill.
Maybe trade up for Keontae Scott. Who knows? That's all I got.
Steve, final thoughts for the people.
Nothing, man. Enjoy it. It's the off season where we popped our SHIT, and during the season. So say it with your chest, Canes fam.
I mean, usually, like I like to say, usually this is lion season, but now this is honesty season. This is absolute 100% honesty season. But you can tell people whatever you want because we're the national runner-up and we improved in a lot of spots, and we got a quarterback that could very well be like we had a great offense, and we had a great defense, and we had this, and then we had that. Now put it all together. Hey, looking pretty good. But that'll do it for us. Thank you guys for watching the show. We appreciate you guys. Always like interacting with you guys in the chat. Always great, especially now. These next few months, this is really the chat your time to shine. So if you throw something out that you want us to talk about, we will absolutely talk about it. Look, Sergio Sanchez. Don't forget Valentine's Day, everyone. Don't be in the doghouse. I'm going to assume that a lot of people that are sitting here on a Wednesday night watching this show may not have to worry about that. But if you do have a loved one, a significant other, then obviously, go treat her right this weekend on a Saturday.
That's fired.
But it's my chance to make fun of our entire viewership. Sure, why not? And for the women out there watching this show, which may just include Steve-O's girlfriend. I think that's about it, probably, because God knows my wife and Bill's wife do not watch this show, so I can make whatever jokes I want. We appreciate you, too. Happy Valentine's Day, you guys. Why not?
Happy Valentine's Day, y'all.
All right, but that'll do it for us. Thank you to guys at CanesInSight for allowing us to do what we do. Make sure you guys tune in all the great content here on the message board, all that other stuff. Follow us on our respective social medias there, and we will be back again next week. Talk more Canes football right here on 3 Live Canes. Everybody have a great week.
This is for the national championship for Nebraska. He's a stud, that Brown, number 98. Irvin's got it. Irvin's free. Slips to the outside, tries to stiff arm, but he couldn't get by Ray Lewis.
Big time players.